So with that out the way, let's get on to the next topic. What is going on out there, Amy?
Comic book fans who have seen a lot of their heroes defy all odds, but another on-screen hero, actor Hartley Sawyer, was fired from the series The Flash after racist and misogynist tweets surfaced. In the exclusive on The Hollywood Reporter, the tweets, all from before he joined the CW series, make references to sexual assault and contain racist and homophobic language. Sawyer's Twitter account has been deleted, but screenshots of the old posts have circulated online in the past 2 weeks because the internet never forgets. His firing also comes amid the nationwide protests against systemic racism in the wake of George Floyd's May 25th death in Minneapolis. Chris, you watch the show. How does this all make you feel?
I'm probably gonna say something that is unexpected of me. I mean, at first I thought, okay, let me just, before I put my foot in my mouth, let me reset real quick. Chris, don't you do it. My invisible lawyer is, I don't have an angel and a devil on my shoulder. It's a lawyer and another lawyer. But I'm thinking that's the Warner Brothers problem. I understand that, they want to protect their image. That I'm 100% aware of, and I understand. But why don't they have a person or a team of persons that are scanning and vetting their actors for, I don't care how big the show is, how small the show is, movie or radio station. If you're going to hire some, nowadays employers will check social media. And I think that for television shows, because how fans react to television shows sometimes, particular movie stars or TV stars, standout star or a team of actors and whatnot, there's a sick need for a lot of people to celebrity worship anyway. No matter how good the writer is or the director is, it's sometimes people are just only focused on that actor. That being said, I think since they're the face of the ones that are going to be out there for the most part, representing whatever the project is, I think it makes sense to do your research. These tweets were very old and were just sitting there were there way before he was hired. And I cannot imagine that there was not one person that wasn't already aware of it. So I was thinking, okay, why are you firing him if you knew about it? Because if you knew about it before you hired him, then you should have been prepared for this moment. Or maybe if you didn't care when you hired him, why do you care now? Now, because it looks, obviously we know why, because it's tensions are high and it looks bad for the company. That being said, we still got to protect the company. So it's like, dude, we maybe secretly in the interview, we're like, we know about these tweets. If they don't say nothing, we won't say nothing. Oops, they're saying something now. We got to let you go. Maybe that's kind of what happened.
To the NFL going, oh, now the public opinion has swayed.
Oh, that wasn't disrespecting the flag. Maybe they weren't disrespecting the flag, right? But then, so I was on the fence on whether or not, okay, it's a company decision. It makes sense. Got to protect the brand. Then I was thinking, well, you knew about it before you hired him. Stick with the guy because it was. He's probably. I believe a long time ago a saying that was said to me about a person who tries to judge you. I was in church a long time ago when somebody said this to me. Whenever somebody tries to bring up your past a lot, I knew you back then when you were smoking this or doing that and all kind, whatever your advice was back in the day. He said, the thing that I always say to people is, I may not be the man that I strive to be, but I'm no longer the man I used to be. Something like that. He just said it that simple, that fast. And I believe in that. It's probably his situation. He's probably not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
But then I read the tweets. It's not just the few that I put on the thumbnail. There were a lot of tweets.
Yeah, I've seen a handful of them, and it did feel very much just like a misguided attempt at like edgy humor.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be this guy. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a comedian, and I feel like I see so much of the conversation of like, oh well, he was just trying to be funny, and it didn't go well, and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it's like your First Amendment right of you can say whatever you want does not. You can say whatever you want. People
but I can react the way I want too.
exactly. And honestly, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Like
I've been hearing that saying a lot lately. Tyrone
I
Magnus.
feel like it is appropriate a lot lately. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I've said this before, and I'm sure I'll say it again. It's like when we're discussing, like, oh, should people get canceled over this or over that? It's like there are so many actors in the world. You can find one who's good and not an asshole.
Right.
You know, I just think if they're shitty, if they're saying racist shit, there's no reason. There's no amount of talent that I think supersedes that doesn't just make it, well, we can get someone else.
Right.
That said, too, man, if you're trying to be an actor and you know you did that shit, just like go through and delete some tweets.
Right. Exactly.
Like, don't say it in the first place. Don't be a shitty person. But if you know you went through like a dumb, edgy phase, or like you are a shitty person, and you want to be in the public eye, at least self-reflect enough to go, maybe we say that part quiet.
There have been plenty of actors who have been canceled and brought back. The director of the Guardians of the Galaxy,
James Gunn.
James Gunn. He went through the ringer. He lost the contract to do the third one. Got hired by Warner Brothers to do Suicide Squad 2. Then got back on to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 anyway. So he doubled up. But for a while, he was being thrown under the bus. I mean, there is evidence of cancel culture, reversing, pulling back and going, okay, we see, but when I'm sorry, I was more on the, okay, Warner Brothers, you probably knew this before you hired him side of it, until I read that one tweet that said, above all the other racist stuff or anything, this is the one I think did it. Because this would have been the one that did it for me. The one where he said, I kind of, something about, I got to get a peek at a boob during this audition, something like that. I was, oh yeah, that was the one. I was like, dude, because it was like, oh my god. I was like, so because it feels like whoever he was making that joke about is probably going to remember something. It was just too many jokes. There was like, okay, there sounds like there's victims here somewhere. That there's going to be some blowback, and I'm thinking that's why Warner Brothers did it. But on the side of this show, let me just speak as a viewer of that show. When his character was first introduced, I didn't care for him. I didn't care for the character. I didn't feel it was necessary. And then the way Hartley performed was not entertaining to me, because it just felt like a Jim Carrey ripoff. That's how he came off to me. Everything that he was doing felt like I was watching a scene from Jim Carrey, Pet Detective, and Ace Ventura. And then after a while, a couple of seasons, now I'm like, okay, I like this guy. It seems like he's going to be here to stay. The main character, Flash, is passing the torch a little bit. If anything ever happens to me, you're going to be the guy. And that was kind of said in one of the last episodes. That was and then this happened.
The Flash did say, though,
the actor that plays the Flash,
you'll be the new Flash. Just skim your Twitter account and make sure you didn't say any racist bullshit. And then
if you want to be a hero, make sure you delete your Twitter account.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for I mean he's an actor. His dream was to have this career, and I feel like this is it for him. He's probably not going to recover from this. And I
feel like the general public can be a little kinder, like even in the James Gunn case, with sort of the, how do you handle it from there? Do you issue a very sincere apology and really show like, this was misguided, this is who I was, it's not who I am,
right,
here's how I'm attempting to do better? Because I do feel like,
well, you're right. No, James Gunn, that's a perfect example.
What?
No, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Oh, that's it. I think jokes instead of actual like actions, the public, we're getting better at understanding like the shades of gray of like, this was shitty,
but
there are actual like, you know, predators out there. And like, those are the people that just need to be like shut down forever.
Exactly.
This is like, can you learn a lesson? Can you come back? And I'm not the person to make those decisions, but I do think it's an interesting discussion about how the shades of gray within that kind of behavior works. So I could, honestly, I didn't watch the show, so I don't know who he is. So that probably won't be great for his career. That I think this was kind of his breakout, and it's like, oh, you got fired from that for being shitty.
But it's James Gunn. It's hard to compare to James Gunn because he did it. He self-checked himself before anybody else even knew what was going on. Yeah. So, but I mean, who knows what this guy's gonna do? What do you guys think? Okay, we've kind of weighed in on this guy for a while, so I'm just gonna. Well, it's done. It's over now. What do you guys think about it? If you're a fan of the show, you're gonna miss. Is it Plastic Man or Scholastic Man? I forgot the name already. Wow, time flies.
You didn't be that good, bro.
Right?
I can't even remember who he was.
Will you miss him? You think think the show's gonna be better for it or not? Was it the right decision? Let us know below, and maybe we'll talk about it on We Got Your Mail.
Yes, you have to just throw physics and everything out of the window, and yeah, you definitely have to turn the brain off. It's like what this guy said earlier. He said it's pretty much for like a Michael Bay movie, but a little bit better than Michael Bay movie.
Shots fired.
Exactly.
I'm gonna reach over